We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
There's one more thing, and it's avoiding deficiency. Because a lot of people, they might go on a raw food diet and they do great because they've improved their diet and they heal from disease. But even raw foodists and other people have deficiency issues. And what this next little section of this talk is going to teach you is how to avoid deficiency. Now, there's these two concepts that I learned from a man named Dr. Joel Furman. It's called macronutrients versus micronutrients. Micronutrients are very absorbable foods that are high in nutrients, and macronutrients are more of like the meals we eat that are very satiating and give us energy. So let me give some examples of these things. A satiating meal that's a macronutrient could be a salad with avocado, or quinoa, or McDonald's, whatever. Those are the macronutrients. Micronutrients are things that provide nourishment to the body so well, such as green vegetable juice, carrot juice, royal jelly from bees, bee pollen. There's things like pine pollen. There's a lot of supplements on the market, such as green food powders. You eat green food, it has all vegetables and sorts of things like that. Now, wheatgrass juice, just trying to think of things that you guys would probably relate with. Alfalfa juice, bee pollen. So these are all things that digest within like 15 to 20 minutes, and they're high in nutrients, and your body just takes it, you get the vitamins and minerals and all the fun stuff that you need. Now, for ultimate health, we want to be taking micronutrients every single day. And a lot of raw foodists do this, and other people do this, but sometimes they still run into deficiency problems. And the key is, the way to not make this happen is to eat these micronutrient foods on an empty stomach, preferably first thing in the morning. As soon as you have your first macronutrient meal of the day, your absorption rate goes down drastically, and I'll explain why right now. Normally people eat all day long, snacking, eating, yada yada yada, and finally when they go to bed, they get to fast for 6 to 9 hours, depending on how much you sleep. So your body's fasting for 9 hours, you wake up, your body's like wanting food. It's like the ideal time to feed it micronutrients. Also, through the night, since you fasted for 10 hours, 8 hours, when you wake up, you're groggy. This is when you detox, because when you fast and you eliminate things, this is when you detox at night. Your body also goes through dialysis in the evening time. So when we wake up, a lot of people, what they do is they drink coffee so they could stop the detox and get stimulated and have energy. Or they'll have a nice big meal to break their fast and to stop the detoxification and feel better. Now, if we can, 15 minutes or a half hour before we eat our first meal, have micronutrients, your body's going to take it and utilize it the best it possibly can. Wake up and have a vegetable juice, royal jelly, pine pollen, these types of things. Let it digest for 15 to 30 minutes. And if you really want to be good, have another micronutrient. Do this as many times as you can before you eat your first meal of the day. Every half hour you can have a micronutrient if you really wanted to. That's just a really good way to strategize and avoid deficiency and get nutrients the body needs. As soon as you eat your first solid meal, macronutrient meal, what happens is your body takes it. It will get some nutrients from it, of course, but your body, it's not that very absorbable. Most of it just comes out the other end, and it takes a lot of energy to digest that. Fermentation occurs in the body, we get kind of bloated, and then the bloating ends until we before we go to bed, we have these bellies, right? And then we sleep, we breathe off, we off-gas CO2, and we wake up and we're like, whoa, we have a flat stomach. The more that's in there, the worse your absorption rate is. It's like stopping from absorption. So here we are, in the morning, ideal time, eat as many macronutrients as you can, micronutrients. And don't get me wrong, you don't have to do it in that strategic way, but after you eat your first meal, if you could let that digest completely, then you can also have micronutrients on an empty stomach for the second time in a day. It won't be as effective as the first time, but you'll still definitely get nutrients. And I see a lot of people, they drink the green vegetable juice with the meal, and you'll get benefit from that. But if you drink it on an empty stomach, this is going to be the best absorption you can possibly get. Okay. That's vortex, everybody.
Any bites?
Yeah, that's not Sparky. Sparky.
Oh, okay.
He's, we have 6 horses, and he's like, actually the people the story I was telling you about, they bought that horse, then they moved, and they gave it back to the people they got it from, and it was being malnourished, and we told them we'd take him on, and yeah, okay. But he's an older guy, and Sparky, who you might meet, like alpha males him and chases him around. Like I've seen them run around the entire property back and forth like 20 times, and so now he's kind of sad, but he like goes by himself a lot of times. So, yeah. But he's in there sometimes. He's like comes and goes. Cool. So that's pretty much the basics. Like that's truth, in my opinion. Like it's just all muddled right there. That's like if this was ingrained in everybody in the human population of eating whole foods, cleansing the colon when necessary. Every hospital room used to have this in their hospital room because before the pharmaceutical companies came in, it was unnecessary. You're going to hear all sorts of things on why it's bad for you. Your doctors are going to definitely tell you it's bad for you. And, avoiding disease, avoiding deficiencies, those 3 things through like vegetable juices and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know if you've heard of Ann Wigmore, who's helped heal thousands of people. This is kind of the procedure she used. This is like the information that's out there. It's like, and living it for 14 years, it's just so blatantly obvious to me that it works. I mean, I'm just telling you that what the information that you just got right now is truth. And if someone embarks on this type of lifestyle, they go through detox, social issues are crazy. It's really fun losing all your family and friends because you change your diet and you don't relate with people anymore. And this truth kind of dissipates. You kind of lose it. But that's what it is. It is what it is, and that's definitely it. And it's good to know that information. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.